BBC Whooniverse.
Whovian news, Whovian news, Whovian news. Welcome to the TV show Whovian News. I'm your host Tom Mason. We have recently discovered that in the playlist for Whovian News, the archive of Whovian News, it was just called Doctor Who News, has been found and turned into Whovian News. Our main headline tonight. You and Eden, aka Eden, I hate the word you and, which is part of the UK TV family, who helped broadcast a very special piece of Doctor Who history on Watch at the time, now W, in 2013, which was an American production all about the history of Doctor Who, Doctor Who Revisited, and now bringing you back into the world of Doctor Who, this time for Classic Who. Watch/W and Drama aired New Who from David Tennant onwards over the years, but today, as of the 5th of May 2025, Classic Who will be back on our British TV screens. The last time we saw Classic Who on TV was when Forces TV aired from the Spearhead from Space onwards, before sadly closing down. And my main issue here, Forces TV didn't show William Hartnell or Patrick Charlton. You and Eden, or Eden as we're now going to call it, is now going to air from the 5th of May its own Classic Who broadcast. Guess where it's going to start from? Not on an Earthly Child, is it? Is it? Please tell me it is. Nope. It is. From Spearhead from Space, so Jump Who is my secondary doctor, so I don't mind. But why not Patrick Troughton or William Hartnell? I have no idea. I think it's just because they're scared of showing black and white. I mean, Gold, right? Who is part of the UK TV family. The first series, not as often, but they have done, of Dad's Army. So that's in black and white, so what's wrong? So, I mean, there's so many things that could argue why that's not an issue. But we live, we learn, we roll. Now, what makes this interesting is Eden, originally, was for the UK TV repeat channels. And every so often they do original programming. So, so yesterday has Bangers and Cash. Drama has a lot of dramas, like Sister Bonifast and others. The Alibi has I Write Jack, Annika, and I think that's it. But and Traces. And then Gold has Bon Voyage, the Neil Martin programme. They have the Murder They Hope franchise. They had The Cockfields. They had Marley's Ghosts. So they've all these sitcoms, and then Dave had Taskmaster. Dave has Outsiders. The Island. Mel Gilroy doing Unforgivable, sorry. Porters, the sitcom, Zapped, the sitcom, and all these others, right? So they all make original programming, and Eden used to. And Eden also used to air like Bear Grylls and all those wildlife things like David Attenborough documentaries and all these other wildlife programs. Because it was a wildlife channel. Eden, the Garden of Eden, the Eden of whatever. It was all a lot of wildlife, nature, survival-esque programs. And then recent years, it's been airing the odd Eden line, Top of the Pops, Celebrity, and I think Non-Celebrity Mastermind, Pointless. They're the ones I've seen it airing. So having Classic Who on there is probably going to change. Probably going to ditch the Aldine line for Doctor Who, which is fair enough. You can do that. And I think it's odd. It's odd because Eden doesn't always sound like the channel that would do that, right? I wouldn't think of Eden as that channel. I wouldn't think Eden was the one that was going to do that. If anyone was going to do that, it's W. Because W is the home of MasterChef Australia, MasterChef Australia Dessert Masters, MasterChef USA, MasterChef Canada. They also aired Doctor New Who in the mix. They've got like At Home with the Ryans, or whatever it's called, Catherine Ryan's documentary series and other documentary series, and then air repeats of Sort Out Your Life and all these other programs, because it's all owned by the BBC. So I understand why they're doing this, because the BBC owns it. The commercial arm of the BBC Studios, owns the UK TV. So the BBC having these rights are quite quick, but I think it might be because of the rights issues. So they might have just scraped enough monies together to get the rights to add them onto the BBC iPlayer. But I think that this is going to be tricky for 60s Who. Now, people will complain going, excuse me, Tom, why are we putting this on linear broadcast when we've got it on the BBC iPlayer? Well, here's an argument for you. These people that think, well, the iPlayer is better. I'm not going to do that. Well, when Forster TV had it, no one complained. First of all, it wasn't on the iPlayer. You had to go to your DVDs or your collection box set. So, if you're willing to watch it on a DVD box set, Blu-ray or none, then why would you not be willing to watch it live on terrestrial TV, on linear broadcast? It's a good question, so don't complain. Because it means that people who don't use the iPlayer, or the generation where they don't understand the iPlayer, or whatever circumstance they're in where the iPlayer isn't for them, or not that they're unaware of it, not that they can't use it. Some people, this is the argument for keeping children's TV on linear broadcasters, some people don't have a good enough bandwidth, good enough Wi-Fi speed for the iPlayer, but do have enough signal, enough aerial speed, enough to get terrestrial TV working in itself. So for those families, because there are families that have these issues, and for those people and everyone, even though we would have loved them to air William Hartnell and Petrel, W have done that once before to celebrate 50 years of Doctor Who. They also chose the Peter Cushing films, and at that point, I didn't think that the Peter Cushing films were separate to the main series. I thought they were as one of all. So when my mum walks in, I say, "Oh, look, we're watching classic Doctor Who today," and I thought the Peter Cushing films classed as that. We did watch the Aztecs, mind you, and the TV film. So I mean, we cover them bases very well there. And I think that Doctor Who Revisited is fantastic, even though it was made for BBC America. I know all of it. I'm sad the iPlayer doesn't have it, but ITVX does. Premium, the BritBox add-in version. And I think that this is... I know it's going to be a nightmare for people who are a fan of William Hartnell going, well, why? Well, I don't know why, but I know that having them on the linear broadcast will be another chance for people that can't afford Blu-ray box sets, kind of. Hopefully, this is what I think BBC 4 do this. I think there is some channels that do it where it might be either Rewind TV or That's TV who don't use the version they've come across. They use the best version they've got, so they might use the Blu-ray box set version of Wurzel Gummidge and Wurzel Gummidge Down Under. And so I'm hoping that UK TV have said, right, we want to wear Classic Who. We're not going to use the version they've got on the iPlayer. We're going to use the Blu-ray box set version because they're available. And they'll be the best quality version of the product. So that's what I'm hoping they'll do. I'm hoping that they'll use the Blu-ray box set versions of these, not the ones with new effects, just the ones that are just the box standard version that have been HDFI'd and cleaned up in areas to make sure they're the best quality possible. And I hope they take that on board, and I hope they do that, because I'm intrigued and excited about this, because Eden needed a push to work out what identity it's got now. So people will be watching it now that Classic Who will be added onto there. And I think that'll just be a load of old fun in another sense. I will be talking about what quality and how I feel the broadcast went after. So I will be recording it. I won't be able to watch it live, but I'll be able to talk about it in a future film on this YouTube channel. And so, there we have it. That is my conversation all about Eden airing classic Doctor Who from the 5th of May. I think it's at 9 AM and 5 PM, or at midnight, 5 PM. Either way, if you look at your TV guide, you'll see it. And if you're on Sky Q, you'll see your TV guide from next Monday. So next Monday, you'll be able to, at like 5 PM, you'll be able to go to the 5th of May and be able to record it from there. So, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. This has been Whovian News. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel